Is you is you ain't my baby. Baby, please don't let me down.
Hold on.
A woman is a creature that's always been strange. And then you turn around, then she don't go made a change.
You just let her into it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, looks like we gonna be running for president because the white folk like me. In fact, I ain't running for president. I like vice president because I like a boss above me. So
I need more wine.
I'm gonna go vice. I'm doing vice president. I don't want president because I like to work for a boss. Boss man.
Next question.
Is we sick, boss? The terrorists gonna tear things down.
I know he did speak up on you. Like, was that
Stephen?
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith. He spoke on your departure.
Stephen A. Smith. You know, he has maybe like 500,000 viewers a night, which is good on a sports show. That's never, like, I had higher ratings than him on my worst day.
Damn.
Than he had on his best day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you want, if that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
And also, Stephen A. Smith, weirdly enough, has like created this political show with a set that looks like my old set, which is very creepy. And then third of all, dude, you're not a political pundit. Like, stick to sports.
Thank you.
Stick to sports.
Listen, I was first take happy. I liked how Steve, I like how
He's
controversial.
good at that.
His sports thing, I loved it. Oh, what are you? Come on. What are you talking? I loved it. It was fun. I like that. His sports, I get it. Then when he went off on Jasmine Crockett.
Come on. What are you doing?
And you telling her how she should talk to people. I said, what is this tap dancing at? This is real like my boy Shane says, coontastic ass behavior. And I was like, why are you telling Jasmine, who's in the trenches, doing her thing every day, does she come and tell you how to do sports? He literally told her how he should be talking to she should be talking to white folk. He's literally Fiddler from Roots.
He said,
White man give us good food.
Not Fiddler.
He's Fiddler.
Fiddler.
He's Fiddler. He's like, you need to know how to talk to white men. That's why you don't get nothing done.
I can't.
Hey,
I can't.
wrong with the cord and heated, ride it, Crambo. Wrong with the cord and heated, ride it, Crambo.
What about Kamala Harris? Do you think she has an opportunity to come back and try to run again?
I hope she doesn't run again. I don't think she should run again.
Why is that?
She should take a break.
Yeah, I think there's she's a lovely human being. I think there are great ways she can serve. I don't think that the United States is going to elect a woman in my lifetime.
Wow.
It's really a shame.
Yeah, wow.
I don't believe. And also, I think that in order for her to have won last time, and this isn't something I wouldn't have said to her personally, is she needed to take a giant step away from Joe Biden's Middle East policy. His policies in vis-a-vis Israel and Gaza were an abomination, and they were a stain on his presidency. And her association with that is still something that causes her to get protests everywhere she goes. She has to take a giant step away from it. If she ran again, she would have to repudiate Biden on Israel, Gaza. That's the only way she could do it. And she's super loyal. I don't know if she would do that.
What about when when you think about Kamala being thrown in kind of at the last minute to run for, there was this long delay about kind of acknowledging where Joe Biden was health-wise. And for her being thrown in at the last minute, there's some that believe that, like, if there was a little bit more time for her, that she would have had the opportunity to really contend against Donald Trump. But that was...
He never should have run for re-election. He never should have.
But you know what? There was this issue, and it's a little frustrating too, because there were people who were calling it out, and anyone who called out Joe Biden's, his health situation was looked at like, well, you're turning against the party. So no one could internally or within the party speak out on it without looking like you were being being betrayed or betrayed.
The reality is, I would take Joe Biden's mental acuity versus Donald Trump. It's not even close. If we're not going to talk about Donald Trump seeming to have pre-dementia, I don't even care about Joe. And honestly, I said if he continued to run, I would have, and I deeply opposed Biden's war policies. I thought his policies toward Israel, again, were morally decrepit. I thought that he shamed himself by standing by Bibi Netanyahu no matter what. I was embarrassed by it. I was reluctant to vote for him because of it. But him versus Trump, you're going to tell me Trump seems to be cognitively okay? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Trump went out. I remember he was walking towards the window whenever. You see
He
when
was
walked towards
wandering.
the window?
Where's he going?
He just went towards the window.
He just went toward the window.
They were
What's
like,
he doing?
so he was sitting in their little meeting room, and he goes,
just got
"Did
up.
you see that over there?
Just got
That's
up.
beautiful, isn't it?" They were like,
And he started staring out the
he
window.
just stared out the window. He was just
What are
like,
we doing?
He's like,
Is
this
anybody
is
calling
beautiful. This is fantastic. I can't believe it.
Biden just gave a speech last week. He seemed fine to me. Like Biden was off and on. They're old. They're both old
It
people.
should be
Yes.
younger.
It should
they
be
gotta
younger.
go young. This is too much.
It's too much.
I'm saying it
I
should
agree.
be much younger. You should be able to run as a young president.
It would have been interesting to see if there was an acknowledgement early what Kamala could have done. Because it was I think there was a great window right there to be able to see.
I thought she
perhaps
won after
an
Elon
American-
kind of manipulated.
I'm starting to wonder about that too.
Elon, they say they think she won.
I'm starting to worry
But
about
of
it.
course, Elon, I just want to, you have to understand that technology is, what's very important is that they think that the technology is going to destroy the life. I don't think so. Because when we get to Mars,
Sir, did you just have a glitch?
there's a glitch in the matrix. And what I want to do is, I'm definitely going to, I'm going to fix the matrix because, hey, so I'm going to fix the matrix, and I just think that it's going to be a much better world.
So accurate.
It has to be a better world.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be. It's going to be.
It's definitely a different world. It's definitely a different world nowadays.
came from.
Man, I'm like, this is the guy.
Oh no, Peter Thiel is worse. Like Peter Thiel is more incoherent than they're all incoherent. If you listen to them, if you listen to Larry Ellison talk, you're like, oh my God, that's who controls the world.
That just it's.
What do you think? What are your thoughts about the billionaires and their acquisitions of all of this media?
These are
and
all
the way
a
they
bunch
controls
of cognitively declining weirdos
that didn't get no ass in
didn't-
high school.
Come on.
Didn't go to the prom.
Didn't.
They was punks. They was they were cornballs, and then they got money. And you take that and that socially inept with money.
But here's the thing, as a high school nerd, this isn't people who didn't go to the prom. These are the people who used to take a nap in their locker and who used to worry might come to school armed. They were so weird that people were slightly afraid of them. Like these are people who weren't just like regular nerds. These aren't like normal nerds.
No, normal nerds,
These
right.
are people who were like so out there that you were a little concerned about them. You know what I mean? Like these people are oddities.
Why do you think they're getting to the space of like, especially with coming to owning like these media companies? Yeah. Why do you think they're in this space?
Because now what they can do with these media companies, I mean, let's just take Meta, for instance. Let's just take Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Zuckerberg and the Winklevoss twins. They were a bunch of geeks who went to Harvard and created a thing to rate girls. Because they couldn't get girls. That's all Facebook was. We had a thing called the freshman Facebook at Harvard, and it was a paper Facebook they would go through, and the freshman boys would go through and mark and give women ratings. Right. These were boys who had probably never touched a human woman.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
They would never, and probably never would. Okay.
Right.
They had maybe a blow-up doll is the closest they would ever get to a woman.
Facts.
To a woman's vagina.
Facts.
And so they were here, and they were using the Facebook to be like, let's rate these girls. They were like Beavis and Butthead.
No.
And then three of the Beavis and Butthead, Butthead and Buttheader, they created Facebook and they just digitized the freshman Facebook. And all they did it for initially was to rate women, to basically be like on the hotness scale. First of all, on the hotness scale, they were like a -10.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's the kind of men who now run the country.